everyone, this is Kat from kokoro&me. Welcome to another brand new video, and today we're going to build a nautical 2-bedroom apartment. But before I dive into it, I thought I'd give you a quick channel update. So as you may or may not have noticed, I'm currently uploading every Sunday, and that's due to being busy with a full-time job, and that's kind of all I can do at the moment. Not sure how it will be in the future, but I thought I'd just establish this as a little schedule, so there will be new videos sometime every Sunday. And I was thinking, if I do have the time to actually finish a second video, then Wednesday might be a nice day to kind of upload a bonus video. Either way, it's time to jump into the build, so let's get started. I decided to go for a nautical theme for this, and that was basically after I had a look around on Pinterest and I discovered that style, and I basically use Pinterest as my source for inspiration when it comes to interior design, trends or elements or certain things you can do, as well as floor plans or anything really. And I know the nautical theme has been around for God knows how long, but I somehow managed to rediscover it, and it's never been a, favorite style of mine. So I know my mother used to have nautical themed bathrooms, because I guess it makes sense. You have a bath there, you're close to water, so you can get some elements in there. But I thought I'd give it a try, because the modern nautical theme kind of is similar to, my personal design style. So I decided to just see what The Sims has to offer. And I'm using all of the Sims 4 expansion packs as well as stuff packs here. So it's literally what we can find in general. For those of you who aren't that familiar with the nautical theme, its aim is basically to make you feel like the ocean is always near. So you use elements such as ships or anchors, sea creatures like fishies, or any plants that kind of feel a bit oceany, and kind of scatter them around your interior design. Then you pair it up with the nautical colors, which usually are navy and white, but you can also pair it with wooden textures, although they are, I think, supposed to feel rather downscaled or not as chic and expensive or modern, so kind of quite simple. And then you can add some more elements such as any wooden textures in general, textiles, as well as ropes. There are also some patterns you can use. Most of the times it's somewhat stripy, so you do have those typical marine stripes in navy and white, but I guess anything that's kind of similar or close to it can work as well. I had to substitute quite a lot when it came to decorating this in The Sims 4, and even though I've got literally all of the expansion and stuff packs, it was still quite hard to find the right items, because either they just didn't have the right colors, or they had that typical, The Sims 4 look that kind of felt a bit gimmicky, when it comes to trying to create something modern, because there is the Maxis or The Sims kind of style stamp on lots of items. So for the walls and floorings, I went with navy, white and light grey, and for anything textured needed, so the kitchen basically and the bathroom, I went for quite minimalist tiles, but they were also quite white. The floor is, I actually don't really know what it is, if it's tiles or some wooden panels, but it's quite minimalist and simple, so I thought that works quite well, because when it comes to a nautical theme, we kind of try to use as much white as possible. But as you can see, the kitchen is kind of dark, and I wanted to find some kitchen counters that are basically somewhat working for this theme, but I couldn't find anything in the right color, so I kind of substituted wooden textures with, black wooden textures, whereas usually you go for anything kind of brownish, So in the end, I had to settle for what you can see right now, and I kind of have to do this throughout the whole apartment design, so kind of, pair it more with dark, really dark wooden textures, even though a ship would be, as I said, brown. But there are a few elements such as the shelf, and when I discovered that one, which comes from, I think, The Sims for Cats and Dogs, and it has like tiny ships in there, and it's kind of navy and white, and then it sits on a wooden corner shelf. I thought that's really adorable, so I was like, let's go overboard on this in the living room, but later on I'll just kind of tone it down a little bit more. But the kitchen as well as the dining room area is nearly done. I'm just adding a few more details, because I kind of built the kitchen and I was like so focused on trying to get the nautical style right that I actually nearly forget to decorate it. But in the end we got there, and I think it's quite alright. And at the moment I'm trying to be a bit more creative when it comes to adding some spaces here and there, so that a room is literally not too rectangular, I guess, and clean and simple. So I decided to add a little computer desk corner, which you can see right now. So it's basically surrounded by two walls on the left and the right, and we've got some cupboards and shelves on the very top. And I thought that's quite nice to create like a little isolated space, I guess, without actually having a study or office room or anything like this, because yeah, this apartment is kind of semi-small, so it's not too small but also not too big, kind of medium-sized, I guess. There's one thing I really liked when I was looking for nautical themes, or nautical inspiration rather, on Pinterest, and that was basically pairing up lots of elements and items with mirrors. So I saw this really, really adorable fireplace area where they basically added two medium-sized mirrors next to each other, and I really wanted to replicate that, but then I realized actually the space is so small, so let's put a TV there instead and kind of add some nautical items around there or anything kind of sea inspired. So I went for this rug, which is one of my favorites actually, because I quite like the pattern that is on it. It's kind of minimalist but always works really, and it comes in a nice navy, so it's really nice to have it for this nautical theme. So we're just about to finish up the living room. So we've got everything we need really. So I'm just looking at different lampshades as well as decorative items. Although as always, I'm not too keen on the sofas that come with The Sims 4. So at the moment we've got a somewhat light blue leather sofa paired with the Sims 4 Laundry Day wicker ones. But I thought that doesn't really work too well, so I think at some point I'm gonna mix them around again until I kind of find what I wanted for this look and feel. There's something really annoying with this build as well. So if you have a look at one of the bedrooms, which is on the top right corner right now, it kind of looks like it's an open room, and I went into the build and it took me so long to realize what it was. So I was like checking the light and checking what it could be and see if I kind of missed a wall somewhere. I was like, how on earth is that possible? So when I started putting the bed in there, I actually decided to have a look around and see what was happening there. And then kind of realized if you bulldoze a lot and all of the walls get removed, you kind of have to follow the same wall structure that was there before when it comes to any balcony or anything like this, because basically I was missing part of the ceiling on the very top. And even though there's a balcony at the top, so you can see that right now. So there's a balcony on top, but for some reason the game doesn't really see it as such, so I had to kind of make the room smaller. And I was like, oh god, this bedroom is really, really getting small. It was kind of smaller than the bathroom, which you can see to the left there. So I decided to kind of just extend that a little bit and then make the bathroom smaller, because you don't really need that much space in a bathroom, and it's kind of fairly big already. So at this point I thought, damn it, I haven't really added any wooden textures, or not many wooden textures. And when I speak about wooden textures, I mean anything that's kind of brown. So I thought, let's see if we can kind of add that color into the bedroom. And because it's so small, I decided to kind of just use as many elements as possible. But for some reason that didn't really work out. So I decided to go for white wood again, and then kind of only have one bedside table and this nice little lamp next to it, which is kind of adorable and somehow feels nautical to me, even though I'm not even entirely sure if its style is actually proper nautical or not. But yeah, it worked for me, and the room, even though I struggled in the beginning a little bit, I think turned out really nicely. And I know it is a small bedroom, and I thought the other bedroom could basically, so it's a little bit bigger, but I thought that one could basically be for a child, a teenager, or if you want to rent it out or anything. So there's a bit more space than there, because I guess parents don't really need that much space in the bedroom, because they kind of utilize the house quite a lot. Whereas if you're a child or teenager, you'd want to have your own space for your toys and all that stuff. So I wasn't really entirely sure how I wanted to design that room, because I was like, do I want it to be a toddler room, a teenager room, a kid's room, anything? So I kind of kept it quite neutral. So we've got a single bed in there, but it's a full-sized single bed. And then we've got, I think, similar elements. So you've got a bedside table, got a set of drawers, which are your closet, and a mirror. And then I just decided to somewhat make it look like it's somewhat for a child, teenager, anything. So added a rucksack and some plushies. I think it's a big white cat. So I guess in the end you could even turn this into a double bedroom if you wanted to and just made use of it. But I thought it's nice to see this whole apartment as a family apartment, so why not keep this as a kid's room, and it's a lot bigger. And if I look back at, I guess, the houses or apartments my family lived in, we kids always had really huge bedrooms just because we had so much clutter and toys and things here and there. The only thing I actually didn't add, and that was merely because I couldn't find a good space to put it into, is a desk for the kids or the teenager. But then I thought, well, there's a computer area just in front, so might as well use that one. Moving on to the last bit, which is the bathroom. So we don't have any en-suites here, we just have a kind of big bathroom. So I decided to go for nice counters, and those are the Victorian ones. I think that came through with the Vampires pack, expansion pack, and I really like that color scheme. And before, whilst I was like trying to find elements for this apartment style, I was playing around with it quite a lot, but the wall counter cabinets just didn't really work. They looked kind of really weird and old school, whereas if you just use the counters on their own, they're kind of fine. So I decided to at least use them in the bathroom if I can't use them in the kitchen. Because the bathroom is really big, I had space for a little shower in the corner, which you can't see right now, but it's kind of next to that bathrobe that's hanging there, and a, how would you call it, freestanding bathtub? I've seen that on Pinterest and thought, oh, I'm gonna nick that idea. But yeah, this is basically the apartment. We've got a nice entrance area with the kitchen as well as dining area, and the hallway leads towards the living room. We've got the master bedroom as well as somewhat of a kid's bedroom, a nice spacious bathroom, and the laundry room, which I was always looking forward to. And I realized I actually didn't really decorate the balcony, so I had to do that afterwards. And that's basically the apartment build. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and have a happy Sunday. Bye bye!